Welcome to Easy English Podcast. Here we listen to simple and inspiring stories. Let's learn English fast and speak better every day.
There was once a man named Daniel. Daniel was in his mid-40s. He had kind eyes, strong arms, and a warm heart. He lived a happy life with his wife, Sophie, and their 2 children. They had been married for 20 years and were still deeply in love, like 2 teenagers holding hands. For their anniversary, Daniel planned something special, a boat trip. Just the 2 of them. No children, no work, no distractions. Just the sea, the sky, and their love. Sophie smiled as she stepped onto the boat. "It's perfect," she said. Daniel laughed. "Only the best for my queen." They sailed with a group of people on a beautiful white ship. The sea was calm, the sun was shining, and everyone was happy. They sat on the deck, watching the waves sparkle like diamonds. The wind touched their faces gently. Birds flew above, and the air smelled fresh and salty. Sophie leaned her head on Daniel's shoulder. "Do you remember our first date by the lake?" she whispered. Daniel smiled. "Of course. You were wearing that red dress, and you were nervous." "I was not," Sophie laughed, punching him lightly. They both giggled like kids. For a while, time stopped. It was just them and the ocean. But nature is sometimes wild and sudden. As the sun began to set, the sky changed. Clouds rolled in. The wind grew stronger. The ship started to shake. People looked around nervously. Suddenly, there was a loud sound. Crack! The boat had hit an iceberg. It tore into the ship like a knife through paper. Panic began. People screamed. Water rushed in. The captain shouted for everyone to stay calm, but fear filled the air. Sophie grabbed Daniel's arm. "What's happening?" Daniel looked serious now. "We have to move. We must find a way out." They helped others get to the top deck. People were crying, shouting, running. Cold water filled the ship fast. The deck tilted. A boat was sinking. Daniel searched for anything that could float. He saw a large wooden board broken from the ship's wall. He pushed it into the water and lifted Sophie onto it. "You have to stay on this, Sophie," he said, his voice shaking from the cold. "What about you?" she cried. "I'll hold on. I'm strong." He took her hand and held it tightly, even as his body floated in the freezing water. "I need you to live," Daniel said softly. "For our children, tell them I love them. Tell them I will always be with them." Tears rolled down Sophie's face. "No, please, don't say goodbye." Daniel smiled with tears in his eyes. "This is not goodbye. My love will always be with you. Just take care of them. And yourself." His hands slowly lost strength. The cold was too much. The sea pulled him down. Sophie screamed his name. "Daniel!" But he was gone, lost in the deep, dark sea. Sophie was rescued hours later by a rescue ship. She was cold, weak, and broken-hearted, but alive. In the years that followed, she raised their children with love and courage. She often told them about their father, the man who gave everything for them. She told them how he smiled, how he joked, how he danced badly, and how he loved deeply. Every year, on their anniversary, Sophie went to the ocean. She stood by the water and whispered his name. "Daniel, I'll never forget." And in the sound of the waves, she could still hear his voice. "I love you." Thank you for listening to today's episode of Easy English Podcast. This story was not just about tragedy. It was about love that lives beyond time and space. Love that gives. Love that saves. If you felt touched by this story, please subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional, inspiring, and easy to understand story. And remember, love is the greatest power on earth. See you in the next episode.